Hi, I'm Ray. I'm here with Kent C. Dodds. We're at React Miami. Kent, thank you for sitting down and having a chat with me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why don't you tell me a bit about who you are, what you do?
Sure. So, Kent C. Dodds, work out of my home in Utah for myself. I am a full-time educator, and so I spend my time teaching people how to build awesome web applications.
So you just did the keynote
hmm
here at React Miami. Have you been to React Miami
Yeah,
before?
I was here last year. Loved it, loved it, loved it, and so happy to be here again.
Yeah, you find it's a good conference? I
Oh
mean,
my gosh, yeah.
it's a one-track conference, right?
Yes, which is one of the things I love about it. And I just feel like it has a really good community feel. Everybody being in the same room, listening to the same talks, it makes it so that we can talk with each other about things. We're dealing with the same problems, so we can just relate to each other a lot better.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
The organizing team is also fantastic. Michelle is wonderful. Yost is awesome. As a speaker who speaks at a lot of conferences all over the world, it means a lot to me to have organizers who very clearly care about the attendees, about the sponsors, and about the speakers, and are willing to really put the attention to detail that needs to be there.
Yeah, I definitely feel a bit of like a family vibe
Yes.
around
Yeah.
the organizers of this conference. Yeah, for sure. So switching a bit, 8base is a low-code platform, so we like to talk to people about low-code. Do you have experience with low-code?
So I have not actually used a lot of low code myself. My first website was WordPress, so that's
Yeah,
like sort of kind of a no.
yeah, WordPress is kind of a no-code, but there is a low-code component, right? Because you can build a lot of your own stuff the way that you need to.
Yeah, yeah. It's like low code to me is somewhere sitting between WordPress and building custom. Where WordPress allows you to build some custom, and you're actually like writing quite a bit of code. Low code is, I think, a lot more approachable and still super powerful.
Right. Yeah, definitely. What do you think about low-code when you hear it?
One of the beautiful things about the web is that it evens the playing field. People who before could be amazing musicians and never discovered can now just upload something to YouTube or TikTok and suddenly be discovered by many, many people. From what I understand, Justin Bieber launched his career on YouTube. So
That's true.
it enables people who may not have the ability or the privilege to be able to reach the world to be able to do that. And so I think low code does a lot of the same sort of thing by enabling people who may not be quite as technical from like the deep hardcore custom code perspective
Right.
to be able to actually build something that satisfies their use cases in a much better way than just a WordPress install could.
Right. Nope, that makes sense. And yeah, I mean, low code and no code is really amazing for people who aren't technical. I think one of the things that we get as developers when we first hear no code, low code, we're a little concerned, right? Because there's a couple of problems that come up with these. The fact that, you feel like it's kind of taking your job away a bit. Being a developer, it's a lot of fun coding. And so when you hear low code, you feel like some of the fun's being taken away there, right?
Yeah.
And at the same time, there's always concern of being inhibited by a low-code platform, right? When you think about WordPress, it's like WordPress is great, has a lot of ability to create things, but from a developer perspective, you feel a little hindered.
Yeah,
right,
you're like
about your
fighting
ability to
against the
customize.
grain, and yeah.
So if you were to get involved with a low-code platform with like your developer hat as a developer, like what would you want from that platform?
I think I definitely want the ability to make custom components and then use those within the low-code platform. A lot of what I do, even as when I was a product engineer, was build these reusable components and then piece them together like Lego blocks,
Yeah.
and all in code. And so I would want that same type of experience, like the product aspect, like building a product with these pieces, is actually relatively simple. It's the building the pieces that's the difficult part, and that's the part that I enjoy.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, low-code platforms would be really awesome to be able to make those kind of custom Lego blocks.
Yeah, for sure. What about from a back-end perspective? If you were to
Oh,
have
yeah.
a low-code back-end?
You know what's interesting is I feel like the backend has been in the process of being commoditized in a lot of ways. There are a lot of services that will take care of the whole thing for you, or like let you do a little custom stuff here and there. So I'm fairly satisfied with that. As somebody who's very much into, I don't like using services, I'll just write it myself sort of thing. I don't really use many of those services much, but I've found that most of the things that we're doing on our back end for a lot of apps are pretty much the same and can be generalized enough by these services. So there's not really anything that I'm really particularly looking for.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, I mean, thanks for sitting and chatting. Is there anything that you wanted to talk about? Anything you're passionate about?
Yeah, sure. So like I said, I am working on courses. I've released testingjavascript.com. Everything I know about testing is there. epicreact.dev is everything I know about React is there. And now I've decided I want to go next level and teach epicweb.dev. And that's everything I know about the web will go there. And so that's what I'm working on right now. If testing JavaScript is a course and Epic React is like a boot camp, then Epic Web will be more like a CS degree from a university. So I fully expect it to take at least a year of dedicated pace for somebody to get through all the material that I'm planned on putting there. So it's going to take me longer than that to finish.
to put it together.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm working on that actively. People can go to epicweb.dev to sign up and know when that's going to be launched.
When it gets launched.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Well, actually, I'm really excited to hear that because when I started in computer science, like I got a degree. I went to a college and I spent a bunch of money trying to get a degree. But then you see nowadays, people can take these online things and they're getting full careers out of it, right?
Yeah.
They don't have to spend full tuition at a university
For
and
4
do
years.
4 years.
Yeah.
And, yeah. So it's exciting to hear that might be coming out.
Yeah, I just really enjoy teaching, and there are a lot of people who connect with the way that I teach, and so I'm just really thrilled to be able to do that, and that people will sustain my work by paying for it.
Yeah, of course. Perfect. All right. Well, thanks for your time.
Yeah, thank you, Ray.